Oh!
I have been waiting for you, Your Grace. This day, as all days before and after, is well known to me. There are no surprises to Dias of Mytheria. Sheogorath has fallen, and you seek the means to foil the machinations of the Prince of Order. You seek the throne of madness. However, no mortal may sit upon the throne without the staff, so here you are in my prison, seeking to supplant the one who placed me here. If you wish to take the place of Sheogorath, then ask me what you will. You were expecting a book, an ancient tome filled with the secrets that you seek. But instead you have found me, the last remnant. Individuality is an illusion. The details of my existence are no more important than the history of a stone. However, if you insist, I once served as the keeper of the great library of Jiglag. The great library was the height of logic and deduction. Contained within its walls were the logical prediction of every action ever taken by any creature, mortal or Daedric. Every birth, every death, the rise of Tiber Septim, the Numidium, everything, all predicted with the formula found within Jiglag's library. When Sheogorath discovered the library, he had it burned, insisting that it was an abomination and that personal choice defied logical prediction. I am all that remains of the knowledge contained within the great library of Jiglag. Following each cycle of the Grey March, Sheogorath has cast out or killed every aspect of order found in the Shivering Isles. I alone have survived. Sheogorath cannot bring himself to destroy the knowledge that I possess. Instead, he has confined me to this place and forbidden me to die. I have not seen another creature until fate, predictably, sent you to me. As you wish. I can create the physical shell of the staff, but the divine essence must be gathered elsewhere. But apotheosis is no simple matter, and the creation of the staff is no simple task. I will require 2 sacred items in order to complete it. The Shivering Isles hold many secrets, but few remain unseen by mortal eyes. The staff is a tool of great vision and thus requires the eye of one who has witnessed one of these unseen secrets firsthand. Sirta resides in the howling halls of Mania. Find her and bring me the eye that has seen that which no other has. The trees and branches of this realm feed from a deep font of madness and mystery. One of the oldest trees, named the Tree of Shades, lies in the halls of Milkar. Milkar is a place of ruin, root, and mania. Go there and bring me a branch of this tree, but be warned. The tree will not surrender its secrets to one who has not earned them. Yes, only then can I create an appropriate vessel to hold the power that is inherent in the Lord of this realm. The staff may allow you to occupy the throne of madness, but understand that such a feat has never been attempted. All sources indicate that you will fail. It is a certainty. However, I also predict that this will not stop you from trying. The roots of the Tree of Shades run into the heart of the Shivering Isles. It is said that the tree feeds from waters of the Grove of Reflection. The Grove can show men who they truly are. Only after facing the truth will the Tree of Shades give up its branches to you. The Staff of Sheogorath holds the secrets of this realm. As such, it requires a vessel that has witnessed dark secrets. Sirta has seen things with her eyes that no mortal has. Because of this, her eye will serve well to contain that which the staff must hold.
Die, Harry!
You are not one of us. You do not belong here. Quickly, put on a robe before the others see you. They will kill you on sight. Please, I mean you no violence. Perhaps you can help me. Please, to relax. We have a common goal. You see, I know that you have not come here to join us, Your Grace. You have come to kill her, have you not? I can sense it all through you. You stink of violence. It is glorious. Yes, I have heard of you. Tell me, is it true? Has Sheogorath sent you to kill Sirta for her vendetta against him? Clever you are, but I can sense a liar. No matter. I do not care to know why you are here. I only care that you wish Sirta harm. I too want to see her dead. And others here have had enough of her, yes? We wish the light, and keep it from us, she does. If you will help me, you can have what you want, and we can have what we want. Everyone is happy, except Sirta. I require weapons, for myself, and for the apostles that will help me do the deed. But Sirta already is suspicious of me. She has forbidden me and those who support me from carrying weapons. And suspicious would it look if we were to wander around gathering them. Very clever, Your Grace. Bring to me 3 apostle daggers. Sirta must be slain with the weapons of the light if I am to take her place. No other weapons. But you must be discreet. Do not remove the robes or you will be attacked. Even I will have to kill you, so I do not draw more suspicion to myself. And be cautious of killing my allies. I cannot forgive that crime. You will know them, as they are also forbidden to carry daggers. Will you help me bring the apostles to the light, and help yourself? Good, good. Bring to me the daggers, then kill Sirta we will.
A song guides us.
Her song guides us.
You have the items, contrary to all prediction. Once again, you defy the path set before you. However, what comes next is now unclear. If you wish to confront what is to come, I shall create the staff for you. You possess the eye and the branch. Together, they shall form the physical shape of the staff of Sheogorath. After I shape them into the staff, you must take it to the seat of power in the Shivering Isles, the palace of Sheogorath. There, imbue the staff with power from the font of madness. Soak the staff in the waters of the land, and it will open its full power to you. You have defied the expected and accomplished something that denies all logic. I must contemplate the error in my calculations. Now, take your treasure and leave me.
Yes?
Leave me, mortal. Your words hold no meaning for me.
I'm not like them. Are you? Are you one of them?
The same.
Always a pleasure. Ah, you're back. You may have noticed that we have a bit of a problem. Indeed, the font is being ordered. As goes the font of madness, so goes the realm. Soon we will all be serving a new master. Yes, his agents must have found a way to poison the font with order. Once the source of madness becomes the font of order, Jiggalag is won. Somehow, the forces of order have poisoned the pools of mania and dementia that feed the tree. I suspect the traitor Syl. Jiggalag has never had an original thought in his existence. Be that as it may, you will have to enter the fountainhead beneath the tree and find the source of the poison. Sheogorath's private sanctuary, where he would often meditate amidst the tame gnarls that tend the roots. Normally, the fountainhead is a peaceful sanctuary, but there's no telling what changes the taint of order may have wrought. Now I fear that the gnarls themselves may be accelerating the spread of order throughout the tree's roots. Be careful. A glorious existence, truly.
Huh?
Just a gnarl, I suppose.
What's that?
Let them drink their fill of order.
Let them drink their fill of order.
Strike me down! Our Lord Jiggalag has other servants.
Strike me down. My lord Jiggalag has...
So, the bloody-handed Duke comes to claim another victim. You...
Always.
My lord, our Mazel Zuda sent me to find you. She requests your immediate assistance. I don't know, my lord. She only said it was a matter of the gravest import to the security of the realm.
It's a pleasure.
My lord, I'm glad to see you. We have a developing situation that requires your attention. Order. An obelisk has activated just outside the palace. I've ordered my Orioles to engage the enemy. I expect that this is the beginning of the final assault. The cursed usurper Jigalag himself may even take the field before the end. What are your orders, my lord? It will be our great honor to fight by your side, my lord. Defend the palace!
Huh? Huh? Ha!
Fatal! Oriole!
You all despair, but you are no Daedric prince. This ends as it always does. Order shall reign. Enough! I am beaten. The Grey March is ended. For millennia, this drama is unfolded, and each time, I have conquered this land. It was not always so. Once I ruled this realm, a world of perfect order. My dominion expanded across the seas of Oblivion with each passing era. The other princes, fearful of my power, cursed me with madness, doomed me to live as Sheogorath, a broken soul reigning in a broken land. Once each era, I was allowed my true form, conquering this world anew. And each time I did, the curse was renewed, damning me to exist as Sheogorath. Now, though, you have ended the cycle. You now hold the mantle of madness, and Jigalag is free to roam the voids of Oblivion once more. I will take my leave, and you will remain here, mortal. Mortal, king, god, it seems uncertain. This realm is yours. Perhaps you will grow to your station. Fare thee well, Sheogorath, Prince of Madness.
You've done it! Well done, Lord Sheogorath. I never doubted you for a moment. Now, of course, there is business to attend to. As you have assumed the mantle of Sheogorath, there are matters that deserve your attention. As Lord of this realm, there are a number of benefits to which you are entitled, as well as a number of duties to which you must attend. Your first duty is to attend to the needs of your subjects. You will find that there are constant threats to the residents of the Isles. Your job is to protect them, either by dealing with the matter yourself or sending your armies to take care of it for you. You may request any of the Golden Saint or Dark Seducer escorts at the castle to accompany you. They will defend you to the death. You may also summon entertainment to your throne room. Your predecessor found this most invigorating. Speak with me if you wish entertainment. You also have the ability to affect the weather in your realm. As it is an extension of yourself, it will often have an effect on you as well. You also have the benefit of Sheogorath's protection. Cast this upon yourself, and if your life is threatened, you will be returned to your castle. Many of these abilities, Lord, are rooted in the magics of the Isles. Should you choose to leave this realm, they will not likely function. Enlightening as always.
Oh!
With all due respect, sire, there must be another way. The risk is too great.
I know the risk. I was at Kvatch. But there is no other way. We have no choice.
The Countess will never agree to it.
She will. She must.
Very well. The blades are, as always, at your disposal.
Ah, here you are. I have good news, of a sort.
Yes, let's see what he thinks of your plan.
You're back, and you've got the Great Stone. You did. I can count on you. I never thought to see a great Welkin stone. As beautiful as all the old tales tell. But of course its beauty is a mask for its deadly power, like everything crafted by the Aelids. Now, we need only one more item, and we'll be ready to open a portal to Manca Cameron's realm. I should have seen it sooner. It's the counterpart to the Great Welkin Stone, just as the first two were the opposed powers of the Daedra and the Divines. Welkin stones contain the concentrated power of Mundus. Their counterparts are sigil stones, which are used to hold open Oblivion gates. A great sigil stone, then, is what we require. You're not going to like it. Joffrey doesn't like it. The Countess of Bruma certainly isn't going to like it. Great sigil stones are the anchors of great gates. The kind of gate the mythic Dawn opened at Kvatch. The kind of gate the mythic Dawn wants to open here to destroy Bruma. I said you weren't going to like it. The risk is great, I know. I was at Kvatch. I saw the terrible power of the Daedric siege engine. But we have no choice. The only way to recover the Amulet of Kings is to allow the mythic Dawn to proceed with their plan to attack Bruma. No. I'll lead the defense of Bruma myself. If I am to be Emperor, it's time I started acting like one. Remember when we first met in Kvatch? I told you that I didn't want any part of the God's plan. I still don't know if there is a divine plan, but I've come to realize that it doesn't matter. What matters is that we act, that we do what's right when confronted with evil. That's what you did at Kvatch. It wasn't the gods that saved us, it was you. Were you acting for the gods? I don't know. But now, it's my turn to act. Please, my friend. I need your judgment, not your obedience. I explain myself to you so you understand me, and so you can explain to the Countess. I'm afraid she may take a bit more convincing than you. Good. Have her meet me in the Chapel of Talos for a council of war. That seems a fitting place to make such desperate plans.
It's you. Oh, hi.
I heard that some cult called the
They
Mythic
say
Dawn is
syndicates
behind
of
the Emperor's
losers.
assassination.
Greetings. What news from Cloud Ruler Temple? A desperate plan indeed. This prince? Emperor? Martin would risk my whole city to gain a great sigil stone? This is the only way to stop this invasion from Oblivion? I must confess, you are the first person to speak of victory against these Daedra. This war has seemed hopeless to me. But what else was there to do but hold on and wait for a hero to arise to save us? And now it seems there is an heir to the throne after all, hidden at Cloud Ruler Temple. And perhaps a hero as well? You avoid answering my question. Very well. Don't think I doubt you. The rulers of Bruma have long had dealings with Cloud Ruler Temple. I will meet Martin at the chapel. When all is ready, I will order my men to stop closing the gates and prepare for battle.
I suppose I have a moment. What is it?
I heard that some cult called
What is it?
forward to some
I heard that some
payback
cult called
for
the
what
Mythic
those
Dawn is
bastards
behind
did
the
to
Emperor's
Kavach.
assassination.
Rebuild the foundation.
Bastards.
Arr! Arr!
I'm ready for battle when you are, champion. What say you? So be it. Bruma's fate is in the hands of the gods now. And yours.
Soldiers of Cyrodiil, the Empire will stand or fall by what we do here today. Will we let the Daedra do to Bruma what they did to Kavach? Will we let them burn our homes? Will we let them kill our families? No, we make our stand here, today, for the whole of Cyrodiil. We must hold fast until the hero of Kavach can destroy their great gate. We must kill whatever comes out of that gate. Soldiers of Cyrodiil, do you stand with me?
For Shaden!
Look out! For Bruma! Stay sharp. Stay sharp. Here comes another one.
This is the part where you fall down in grief.
Stay sharp.
Josephine murder!
Not on this day.
settled in.
We won a great victory here today. We now have the means to recover the Amulet of Kings from Manca Cameron. But we need to act quickly. Cameron will not take long to recognize his danger. Remember, the portal closes behind you. Anything you need, carry it with you. I'll have the ritual ready in the Great Hall when you arrive. Farewell. Farewell, my friend. I have everything in place for the ritual. I'll open the portal whenever you're ready. I don't know what you'll find in Cameron's paradise. I do know the portal I create through the Mysterium Xerxes ritual will close behind you. You'll have to find another way back. I believe that Manca Cameron acts as the anchor for paradise. Just as a sigil stone anchors an Oblivion gate in place. Kill Manca Cameron, and you will unmake his paradise. Shall I open the portal to paradise? Are you ready? Farewell, my friend. Our fate is in your hands. Bring back the Amulet of Kings. Brace yourself.
So, the cat's paw of the Septims arrives at last. You didn't think you could take me unawares, here of all places, in the paradise that I created. Look now upon my paradise. Gaia Alata in the old tongue, a vision of the past and the future. Behold the savage garden, where my disciples are tempered for a higher destiny, to rule over Tamriel Reborn. If you are truly the hero of destiny, as I hope, the garden will not hold you for long. Lift your eyes to Kerek Agayalor, my seat at the pinnacle of paradise. I shall await you there.
Just leave us alone. We have enough trouble here in the Savage Garden without you back.
You destroyed the Sigil Tower at Ganona. My kin say you fought well. You speak directly, like one of my people almost. I'm glad I did not kill you immediately. There is but one way out of the garden. I guard that path. You will travel that path, and it will bring me honor to defeat you. But you shamed my kin at Ganona. To bring you into my service, that would also bring me honor. So I offer you a choice. Would you confront me in battle, or offer me service? Your mind follows the simple path, the choice of an animal. But you have courage at least. You will fail, mortal. And then where will you be? Dead and nothing.
How little you understand. You cannot stop Lord Dagon. The principalities have sparkled as gems in the black reaches of Oblivion since the first morning. Many are their names and the names of their masters. The cold harbor of Meridia, Periite's quagmire, the 10 moon shadows of Mephala and Dawn's beauty, the princedom of Lorcan, misnamed Tamriel by deluded mortals. Yes, you understand now. Tamriel is just one more Daedric realm of Oblivion, long since lost to its prince when he was betrayed by those that served him. Lord Dagon cannot invade Tamriel, his birthright. He comes to liberate the occupied lands. Ask yourself, how is it that mighty gods die, yet the Daedra stand incorruptible? How is it that the Daedra forthrightly proclaim themselves to man, while the gods cower behind statues and the faithless words of traitor priests? It is simple. They are not gods at all. The truth has been in front of you since you first were born. The Daedra are the true gods of this universe. Julianos, Dibella, and Stondar are all Lorcan's betrayers, posing as divinities in the principality that has lost its guiding light. What are scholarship, love, and mercy when compared to fate, night, and destruction? The gods you worship are trifling shadows of first causes. They have tricked you for ages. Why do you think your world has always been contested ground, the arena of powers and immortals? It is Tamriel, the realm of change, brother to madness, sister to deceit. Your false gods could not entirely rewrite history. Thus you remember tales of Lorcan vilified, a dead trickster whose heart came to Tamriel. But if a god can die, how does his heart survive? He is Daedroth, Tamriel I Daedroth. This heart is the heart of the world, for one was made to satisfy the other. You all remember this. It is in every legend. Daedra cannot die, so your so-called gods cannot erase him from your minds completely.
Look out!
Kill the Master. Destroy this place.
You wear the bands, but you're no prisoner. Who are you? What are you doing here? Can you really do it? Can you bring this eternal nightmare to an end? Can you defeat Mankar Cameron and free all the souls of the poor fools who followed him? Listen, I can help you. You need my help if you are ever to leave the Forbidden Grotto. I was at the sack of Kvatch. They had no chance. We took them by surprise, and we carried the walls in the first assault. But they fought on anyway, desperately. They seemed to think this decadent, mundane world of theirs was worth defending. I was slain after the battle was over. 3 townsfolk hiding in the cellar attacked me when I entered their house, hunting down survivors. They tore me to pieces, although I have no doubt they were immediately killed by my companions. I've had plenty of time to ponder my deed since I came here. Ponder and regret. An eternity of regret. For my weakness, the Master sent me here to torture my former comrades who showed similar ingratitude for his gift of eternal life. No one wearing the bands of the Chosen can leave this grotto. The doors will not open, and there is no other way out. I can remove them, but I will need time. The Dremora Overseer will be here any minute to check up on me. You need to play along until he leaves. Just act like a prisoner, and do as I say. Once Orthe leaves, we can find a quiet spot to remove these bands. Good. Follow me. And don't worry, you can trust me.
What's going on here? Who's this?
A prisoner, sent in by...
Show me some respect, worm. Unless you want to end up in the cages with them.
Yes, Kinreeve, sir. This prisoner was sent in by Cathatet for questioning. I was about to begin.
This is not one of Menkar Cameron's chattels from the garden. Who is he?
Nothing escapes your vigilance, Kinreeve. Cathatet wondered as well. This is why he sent him for questioning.
Well, carry on.
Of course, Kinreeve. Prisoner, into the cage, now. There's no way for me to cross, but the Master's immortality does have its uses. I will distract the Dremora for as long as I can.
Look out!
You made it! I didn't think you'd have any trouble. Let's get these bands off you. There. You're not a prisoner of the Forbidden Grotto any longer. Let me come with you. Let me help you kill Menkar Cameron. I am not without power. I am no match for Menkar Cameron, but perhaps together we can find a way to defeat him. Lead on!
Well done, champion. Your progress is swift and sure. Perhaps you will reach me after all. You think I mock you? Not at all. In your coming, I hear the footsteps of fate. You are the last defender of decadent Tamriel. I am the midwife of the mythic dawn, Tamriel reborn. I welcome you, if you truly are the agent of fate. I tire of the self-styled heroes who set themselves in my path only to prove unworthy in the event.
You did not expect to see me again, did you? You have no grasp of the power that my father has at his command. You think you can stop us? Soon Mehrunes Dagon will walk upon Tamriel for the first time since the Mythic Age, and our victory will be complete. Come. My father is waiting to welcome you to Karak Agayalor.
So, here you are at last. The lackey of the Septim Pretender. You still think you have a chance, don't you? We knew you would find your way here eventually, but it is of no consequence. You should not keep my father waiting any longer. He expected you hours ago. Come, you came here to see him, did you not?
I have waited a long time for you, champion of old Tamriel. You were the last gasp of a dying age. You breathed the stale air of false hope. How little you understand. You cannot stop Lord Dagon. The walls between our worlds are crumbling. The mythic dawn grows nearer with every rift in the firmament. Soon, very soon, the lines now blurred will be erased. Tamriel and Oblivion rejoined, the mythic age reborn. Lord Dagon shall walk Tamriel again. The world shall be remade. The new age shall rise from the ashes of the old. My vision shall be realized. Weakness will be purged from the world, and mortal and immortal alike purified in the refiner's fire. My long duel with the Septims is over, and I have the mastery. The Emperor is dead. The Amulet of Kings is mine. And the last defender of the last ragged Septim stands before me, in the heart of my power. Let us see who at last has proved the stronger.
I will present your soul to my father. Your efforts are in vain, mortal. Do your worst.
Fate
Do your worst.
Your cause is already lost. That's better.
Wait! Do homage to Martin's champion.
You found a way back. Does this mean... You did it. You defeated him. Then you have it. You have the Amulet of Kings. Belongs to me. The Amulet of Kings. So you and Joffrey have said. If it is true, if the Emperor really was my father, then I should be able to wear it. Only those of the Septim blood can wear the Amulet of Kings. Yes, of course. What am I waiting for? After all, this is my destiny. And no man can deny his destiny. I didn't really need the amulet to tell me that. I've known it was true since you first told me back in Kavach. But it is one thing to talk of becoming Emperor, and quite another to actually be the Emperor. Not yet. Until we light the dragon fires, the gates are open and Mehrunes Dagon's invasion continues. While you were gone, I sent a messenger to Chancellor Rakato. He waits for us in the Imperial City. Chancellor Rakato is the head of the Elder Council. The Council rules in the Emperor's absence. I don't expect any objections from the Elder Council, but we should defer to their authority. Let's go to the Imperial City at once, before the enemy can recover from Manka Cameron's death.
Welcome to the Imperial Palace.
Where is Martin? I was told that he had arrived in the capital.
Congratulations on your victory, sir.
Sir, we should go to the Imperial City at once. Lead on. Lead on, my friend.
Something's coming. Welcome to the Imperial Palace.
Where is Martin? I was told that he had arrived in the capital.
Aye, Bladesman. What's on your mind?
I can't stop thinking about the Emperor. We failed. We failed because we got complacent. We got arrogant. Now the Empire's paying the price.
Let's continue on to the Elder Council chambers. Delay is dangerous. Lead on, my friend.
Sire, Chancellor Akato is expecting you. He had word of your arrival in the capital.
Very well. Let's finish this.
Welcome to the Imperial Palace.
I've been expecting you. The full council has already considered the matter of Martin's claim to the Imperial throne in detail. Martin Septim, on behalf of the Elder Council, I accept your claim to the Imperial throne.
Chancellor Okato, the city is under attack. Oblivion gates have opened and Daedra are inside the walls. The guard is overwhelmed.
Courage, soldier. We have an emperor again. Your Highness, what are your orders? Shall the guard fall back to the palace?
No. If we let ourselves get besieged in the palace, we're doomed. We must get to the Temple of the One immediately.
As you command, sire. Guards, form up and protect the emperor. To the Temple of the One.
You're pathetic. Why? Won't you? I sworn to die. Will you fall down and bleed to death?
A little closer.
See how. Mortal weapons may hurt him, but now that he is physically here in Tamriel, they have no power to actually destroy him. Wait, yes. The amulet was given to mortals by Akatosh. It contains his divine power. But how to use this power against Dagon? The amulet was not intended as a weapon. I have an idea. One last hope. I must reach the dragonfires in the Temple of the One. You'll just have to trust me. I know now what I was born to do, but I'll need your help. I have to get past Mehrunes Dagon somehow. Then I'll do the rest. Lead on, my friend. I'm with you. I do what I must do. I cannot stay to rebuild Tamriel. That task falls to others. Farewell. You've been a good friend in the short time that I've known you. But now I must go. The dragon waits. The amulet is shattered. Dagon is defeated. With the dragon's blood and the amulet of kings, we have sealed the gates of Oblivion forever. The last of the Septims passes now into history. I go gladly, for I know my sacrifice is not in vain. I take my place with my father and my father's fathers. The Third Age has ended, and a new age dawns. When the next Elder Scroll is written, you shall be its scribe. The shape of the future, the fate of the Empire. These things now belong to you.
What happened? Where's Martin? I must congratulate him. Mehrunes Dagon is defeated. Cast back into Oblivion. We've won! What do you mean, gone? We saw the temple dome explode. The avatar of Akatosh appear. That was Martin? The joined blood of kings and gods. The amulet of kings. The divine power of Akatosh. Then Martin is gone. Yes, sealed forever. Mehrunes Dagon and his ilk can never threaten Tamriel again. Martin is dead, but he died an emperor and a hero to rival Tiber Septim. This victory is not without cost. We've lost Martin Septim. What an emperor he might have made. His sacrifice was necessary, but it leaves the Empire without an emperor. I don't know what happens now. There are troubled times ahead for the Empire. But now is not the time to worry about the future. Let's just give thanks that we're alive! I know he's gone. As the Chancellor of the Elder Council, my concern now is how to choose his successor. We are now the stewards of the Empire. We can hold the Empire together in the short term. But to be honest, I don't know what will happen. The provinces have been restive for years, even before the latest crisis. With no legitimate claimant for the Dragon Throne, troubled times lie ahead. In my capacity as Lord High Chancellor of the Elder Council, I hereby proclaim you Champion of Cyrodiil. And, as a small token of gratitude for your service to the Empire, I have ordered a suit of Imperial Dragon armor made for you. Imperial Dragon armor is normally worn only by the Emperor himself, but you deserve no less, champion. You have earned the highest rank possible in the Order of the Dragon, the illustrious Order of Imperial Knights, founded by Tiber Septim himself. It is a high honor. Only 6 other champions have been awarded in the history of the Empire. The dragon will stand forever as a memorial to what you and Martin did for all of Tamriel.
Hello there. That's it. That's all of Oblivion Remastered. Obviously there, at the end, especially with the Shivering Isles, if anyone ever cared to watch all those hours and hours of content, I was using console commands. And in my defense for that, it was broken. I couldn't get those statues to activate in order to get into the hidden chambers for either the Duke of Mania or Dementia. And in some of the introductory quests, it was just flat broken, so I advanced to the second to last stage before completing them. I didn't like to do that, and I wish I didn't have to, but after almost 80 hours of playing this game, I'm done. I wanted to just take a quick minute for posterity, because I've just finished. I've got a couple thoughts. First and foremost, Martin, what a G. Did everything he could for Tamriel, and he did a good job. Well, you know. This was an interesting journey. I'll say that on the front, UE5 both made it pretty in some ways, a great, fresh new experience in others, and really, really hampered it at the same time. Obviously, the FPS issues were noticeable in a couple places. I noticed them, and I never like to play at anything at least below 90 FPS. But it is what it is. Obviously, as time goes on, mods will probably help address this. I played this game with some mods. Obviously, people who have played the game already know that my UI is different, that a few other things were different. Whenever I mod an Elder Scrolls game, my intention is always to make it stable, make it a clean running game. I do not like to install mods that add content, whether that be something as small as a house or as large as quest lines or overhauls, etc., etc. There's a lot of reasons for this, prime among them being a lot of these mods usually just tend to make the game easier. A lot of people, well, I was on Master for a good portion of the game, just to extend the gameplay a little bit, because Oblivion is incredibly easy to break. Pretty much the moment you're able to craft spells, the game is over, and you can complete everything without any kind of real danger. Getting to 100% damage reflect and 100% magic absorption is pretty easy too, especially if you start as a Breton, which I did. I usually start as a Breton. I usually pick the Atronach sign because I don't like the idea of regenerating mana. It tends to reduce a lot of the challenge. With that, people also probably will have noticed, if you watched all the way through, that I switched the game to Novice near the end. And that's because the game overstayed its welcome. This happened the last time I played Oblivion, and the time before that, and the time before that. It's a very frustrating game at times with what it asks you to do. Go here, collect that. Oh, you know, we thought we were done, but you need one more thing, etc., etc. The main story is guilty of this. I'm not going to say it's bad because of it. I'm just going to say that it brings it down just a tiny bit. I was hoping to do 100% of content, but now that I am here in front of the in front of Martin's dragon form, I don't want to do Knights of the Nine. It has no achievements, which I find strange for a re-release, because Shivering Isles was given a set of achievements, and I remember Knights of the Nine having some achievements back on the Xbox 360, but oh well. It's worth doing early in the game if you like that sort of aesthetic, but I think Oblivion lends itself better to a sort of morally gray character, to put it best on its face. Obviously, I succeeded in that. Once you reach a certain point in the end game, you really don't have to worry about the armor you're wearing, especially if you're playing appropriately. So you can just wear whatever you want, and I really liked the outfit I came up with. It was fun to play this again. It was good to see that Oblivion still holds up in a modern day, and I'm really, 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 really happy to see so many people on the internet, as well as people I know in real life, enjoying the game. I believe Elder Scrolls is a fantastic series, both in terms of lore, quests, storytelling, gameplay elements, etc., etc. And while I say that, I will say that the game was mostly just Oblivion. The nice fresh coat of paint was good. It was good to play Oblivion again, but you know, if you don't care about achievements and you've played Oblivion a million times, or you've got an Oblivion install with, like, you know, a million mods perfectly set up and everything's just how you like it, don't delete that from your hard drive. Don't you know, get rid of it thinking like, oh, you know, the modding scene for this is going to be so much better, etc., etc. Just like Skyrim Original Edition versus the Special Edition, there's been years and years and years and years of mod work, and I'm sure there's some very dedicated individuals who are working hard to port their mods over to this more modern rendition of Oblivion, but that will obviously take time. I may someday come back to do a more modded playthrough, but seeing as we've gotten all the achievements in a single run, and you know, we're done there, there's a very little chance that I will be playing this within 2025. Maybe a couple of years from now I'll come back just to see the story, because I did love it. I love the ending to Elder Scrolls Oblivion. I think it's a really good story, even if there are parts of it that are a little bit weak. I appreciate the lore it added. People criticize it because at the end there, especially, you basically have the bad guy ranting at you, and you know, there's never been a word of God whether or not he was right. And he brings up some interesting points about Lorkhan's heart, about whether or not Tamriel is actually a Daedric plane, or rather a plane of Oblivion. But much like Michael Kirkbride, a lot of that was sort of him just ranting into the microphone and then sending it over to Todd and saying like, hey, can we use this? But, you know, just like Michael Kirkbride, maybe all you need to make good Elder Scrolls lore is to take a shit ton of acid and read a whole bunch of lore yourself and then go, oh, well, what if this guy's involved in this? Or what if that is how the universe really works, etc., etc. And obviously, the information we got in Skyrim, you know, further makes it interesting with the sense that Dragon Breaks can basically be, you know, word of God resetting the world. Todd doing Todd stuff. This was a good experience. I don't regret spending the $60. I just wish that with the remake came a little bit more attention to certain parts of the game. There were certain quests and there were certain storylines that could have just been cleaned up a little bit. But obviously asking people to come back to do voice acting for that stuff is a little bit much. So yeah, that was Elder Scrolls Oblivion. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, please comment, please subscribe. These live sessions will be assembled into a playlist, and eventually I will cut all this down to make a sort of quick guide on how to break this game quickly. Beat it if you're just an achievement hunter looking to get through another game, or if you're an Elder Scrolls fan who, for whatever reason, has never really delved into Oblivion. I know a lot of people either, you know, they really stand for the Elder Scrolls they came in on. Well, for me, it's Morrowind. It's always going to be Morrowind. I believe that Morrowind is probably the best game that's ever been made. But a lot of people say that about this game, and plenty of people say that about Skyrim. So I'm excited, having seen how this came out, both to see if other Elder Scrolls games get treatment like this. I'm looking at you, Arena and Daggerfall. Not that they're not great. I think that there's a high barrier to entry to ask a modern gamer to play those games, especially if they're the younger generation. Again, not throwing any shade at Zoomers or Gen Alpha, but they're just used to certain quality of life improvements, let's call them. So, if you're wondering, or if you're wondering if the game's worth playing, it is worth playing in this in-cars iteration. And if you're, I'm sure once work has been done on the game by the community, it will end up looking even more fantastic than it did, because at certain points in the game, I was, you know, Unreal 5 does its job, especially in interiors. The sum total of this game, I'd say, you give it an 8 out of 10. I'm going to give it a point below its original, if only because the original just has so much charm, and while that charm was present in some capacity here, there were moments where I'm like, oh man, I'm playing another Unreal slop, aren't I? Just really following the trend, huh? But that's that. I hope you enjoyed. We did a majority of the Daedric quests. We did all of the guilds quests, the Arena, Dark Brotherhood, Thieves Guild. We got it all done. It was fun. It was great to hang out with everybody again. It was good to see the Grey Fox. It was great to become listener for the Dark Brotherhood. Arena Champion, always interesting. Oh, side note on that. A friend of mine asked me why I didn't do the Grey Prince quest. This is actually a personal thing for me, because I believe doing the Grey Prince quest is not the correct way to finish the Arena storyline, because when you tell the Grey Prince that he is the son of a vampire, which doesn't make sense in lore, by the way, that's a huge whoopsie. He refuses to fight, and when you kill him, it's flagged as a murder. So, you know, if you're trying to go for a low murder playthrough, or if you're just trying to be as efficient as possible, it's a really good idea to do that quest, because then you can immediately get contacted by the Dark Brotherhood. But I didn't, because I wanted I wanted a fight with him, but I didn't even really get that, because at that point in the game I was pretty much immune to damage. So he went down pretty quick. I feel good now that this one's behind me. Obviously, I will keep this save. I will keep the 2 saves I made before this, one before choosing the Duke of Mania or Dementia, and I have another save right before you start doing the Mages Guild, as well as the main story quest. So, you know, I can always go back, I can always see these things. I can rewind for some footage if I need it. But this will probably be my first major project in terms of putting together something in terms of a guide as well as a commentary on this game. If for whatever reason, somehow, somewhere, and in some strange turn of events, Todd sees this one, Todd, you got some work to do with Test 6, and it's going to be tough because you don't have the guys who were there for, 3 and 4 and 5. Well, I mean, some of your dudes are there from 5. But be careful, because I think you realized how Starfield went in a lot of ways the wrong direction. And I am concerned when it comes to the next installment. Please, 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 please give this same treatment to Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. I think both deserve to be played by a modern audience. I think it would attract good business while we wait for Test 6 to finally launch. I think it would give us everybody some fat to chew on. And I'd love, love, love to walk through the Capital Wasteland and get my Fallout New Vegas on again. It's always fun to play those games. It's always entertaining. I'm glad that there's been some sort of acknowledgement that we can revisit these older games and that they're still very, very high quality. I suppose that's about everything I have to say. The breadth of my opinion, at least. I had a great time. I always have a great time with an Elder Scrolls game. It's awesome to role play through, pick your character. Oh, actually, I wanted to say one more thing before I go. In terms of character optimization, I didn't do this character properly. There was actually a lot I didn't do correct in terms of... Once I figured out how leveling up works, I realized I had incorrectly picked my tag skills. Also, with the Pyrite Shrine, I think a lot of people don't know that you should not complete that quest until you have all of your offensive... Well, basically all of your magic skills and all of your offensive skills at max, because being able to sit there and cast on those guys or just whack them for 20 or 30 minutes and gain 50 or 60 skill levels, that's a really important game-breaking moment, and a lot of people don't know you can do that. But if I was really optimizing this, I would have gone and I would have done that immediately. I would have just squeezed out the initial levels. I would not have leveled luck. The reason why I leveled luck 25 more points is because it just makes some parts of the game easier. But if I had to do it again, I don't usually dump points into luck. Well, actually, no. Let me roll that back. That sounds like I kind of knew what was going on there. I wasn't sure what was going on there, actually. I didn't know if this was going to work like the old Oblivion level up system where you have to get 10 points of training in each of the, 10 points of skills in each of the schools in order to, properly get all the points you can get. Like, you need to get 10 points in strength if you want to put 5 points into it on a level up. But instead, this time, they basically just gave you, the points that they gave you, and they said, build how you'd like. Also, another thing I will pat them on the back for, thank you for not making the leveling system like Skyrim's leveling system, where I have to perform a controller glitch if I've banked levels. That's unacceptable. I still haven't found a mod that really fixes that properly, so I'm stuck doing that every time I back up in levels. But that didn't happen here. I was worried that it was going to happen here, and it didn't. If you're really going for optimization, once you've optimized your skills, and you've started to level a little bit, you can go do the Shivering Isles, you can go do that addiction quest, and when you get addicted, you immediately stop and you go back to playing the normal game, because that's basically nerfing your skills by X amount. I think 15 points it is in every single one of them, which is huge. Basically puts you back a lot of levels. And then with your sequenced level ups, you can then put more points into those, and when you finally cure yourself of the addiction, your points will naturally be above 100. And to go even a step further, you could then contract vampirism. Vampirism is only really useful for max optimized characters, because otherwise you're cheating yourself out of significant skill ups. It makes it harder to lever your skills, and you're not going to level as quickly. It's going to be harder to get through the game like that. But once you've optimized your skills and you've reached 115 and in a lot of the stats, etc., you cure yourself of the addiction, you become a vampire, and then your skills are boosted effectively. Your attributes are effectively boosted past 100, and so are your skills. This is not necessary. Again, like I mentioned at the start, it's only really for people who like to see number go up. Once you've discovered spellcrafting, you can make the spells that I've made. More specifically, A Sound of Thunder. I just picked that because that's what book I was reading at the time. Weakness to Shock on touch and Weakness to Magic on touch for 10 seconds. This stacks. You can stack these. Shock is a damage type that's not really defended against in this iteration of Elder Scrolls, so it's an excellent damage effect to choose. As you can see, it has 25 cost once you get your destruction up to 100, which is great. And then you just couple it with Hand of the Storm. And anybody can make this spell work with their playstyle, because all it is a massive damage nuke. I'm talking huge after you use your debuff skill. And then obviously I had it in a couple instances where I did use it, Soul Shock, which is just a quick extra little damage nudge to kill things that are close to their death. But crafting skills allows you to do very interesting, crafting magic rather allows you to do very interesting things. It makes a lot of skills redundant and pointless. Some people, my friend actually asked me why I made these skills, which basically just debuff myself, because when you debuff yourself and then you go for training, it counts as if you had 0 in the skill, so you can get it for very cheap, effectively free at later parts of the game. And yeah, that's if you want to make skills like this, damage skills that just basically trivialize the game, just make sure that whatever you do, you put your damages up front and then your weaknesses in the back. Otherwise, it won't work correctly. I don't know why they didn't fix that. Maybe they couldn't fix that. Faster travel, this is for people who care about lore in-game. Like, I would get frustrated a lot of the times when I played older games because, you know, 80 days, 90 days since, like, the Oblivion crisis begins, and if you actually start the quest, it's mysterious as to why, you know, things haven't progressed faster. But using this, it makes it so you can basically get around the map with fast travel much, much faster. Instead of it taking a day to cross the map, it takes 4 hours. This allows you to keep it daytime for longer, and you can interact with quest givers in much more easy circumstances. I suppose we can just look at our stat real fast before we close this up. We ended at level 33. We made a custom class, and we started as a Breton with the Atronach. We ended up with 425 magicka. We could have had much more if we enchanted our gear, but I didn't really care to. 565 health because I pumped endurance first. 346 fatigue. You know, good for running around. We ended with 100 strength, 100 intelligence, 85 willpower, 90 agility, 64 speed, 110 endurance, 40 personality, and 75 luck. If I haven't put those 25 points into luck, I would have much more points to distribute around here. I probably would have maxed all the other skills, luck being the last one to be touched. My major skills, athletics, even though I tagged it as a major skill, it never rose above expert. It's very difficult to level athletics to master. I remember doing it back in the day just by giving myself water breathing and swimming into a rock and going to do chores while I waited for that. Everything else in my major skills, 100, heavy armor, alchemy, destruction, restoration, light armor, and mercantile. These are what I consider, well, alchemy, destruction, and restoration I picked for ease of use because I knew I would use those. Light armor and heavy armor I picked just so I wouldn't have to grind those skills out. They're very tough to grind out. And mercantile because it's just helpful in the early game to sell things for more. Armor 52, you don't need to level armorer. You never need to level armorer. Once you unlock spellcrafting, you just make a spell that buffs your armor by 100 points for 1 second, and then you dive into your inventory and do all that. Blade is at 109 points. Again, you can max out your main paddle skill, but again, it's really just kind of the flavor of whatever you want. Once you get the Amulet of Swords or the Amulet of Axes, you can then, you know, pick whichever flavor of that you want. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Block is a painful skill to level, so that people who noticed my training, I was just dumping points into block just so I wouldn't have to block. Getting it to master doesn't really help a character who uses two-handed, so I didn't care too much about not maxing it. Hand-to-hand, leveled to 100 with one of my pieces of equipment. As a lot of people see, alteration, conjuration, illusion, and mysticism. You don't really need them. They're nice to have, but you know, well, the way I played was much more offensive, too offensive to really use them. I don't really use followers, so, you know, illusion wasn't really helpful, and, yeah. Security, once you get your hands on the skeleton key, useless skill, useless as always, and its levels much, much slower once you get the skeleton key. Sneak, again, eagle-eyed viewers or anyone who cared to watch saw me run into a corner for about 30 minutes at one point to get this to level 50, and then I kind of just ignored it for the rest of the game because all I really wanted was that journeyman makes less noise when moving while sneaking. And speechcraft, again, a useless skill because once you're able to craft skills, all you do is a charm on touch, 100 points, fortify personality, 100 points, fortify luck, 100 points, and you hit that, I actually, a little funny, I named that one Art of the Deal. This just means that I don't have to worry about that minigame. The minigame's terrible. I don't like to do it. It's boring. I was going to, at some point, try to level it for easy levels, but I just sort of stopped caring. You can min-max all your way up to, I believe, 42. It's not necessary past 30. Quest items do not scale past 30. And so there's no real point to doing it unless you, like I said earlier, want to see number go up. As for stats, let's see. I am the champion of Cyrodiil. Knights of the Thorn, I'm an honorary knight. The Blades, I'm a knight brother. I'm the listener for the Dark Brotherhood. I'm the grand champion for the arena. I'm the master of the Fighters Guild, Archmage of the Mages Guild, Grey Fox for the Thieves Guild, and I am the Mad God. Don't forget that. Days past, 123. 4 months. Active quests, I have 20 of them. I did 134 quests. 1,021 skill increases with 160 training sessions. 1 skill at novice. Everybody else is pretty high up there. No bounty, no Shivering Isles bounty. I have 121 fame and 66 infamy. Never been jailed, never got caught by the fuzz. No wasted, no busted. That's how you play Grand Theft Auto. I stole 2,308 items, pickpocketed 5 of them, 7 trespasses with 15,834 assaults and 18 murders. I was kind of a dick. I stole no horses with a 2,000 septim bounty as my highest. 978 creatures, 547 people, 121 places found, and that's pretty much all. I found more places than you need to complete the game. Again, you can explore the world of Tamriel instead of doing the min-maxing that I do, but you know, you'll find yourself getting exhausted by the gameplay loop. We trapped a lot of souls, 100 exactly. Woo! 18 ingredients eaten, but 1,125 potions made. 9 Oblivion gates shut, and 2 stores invested in. You don't have to shut that many Oblivion gates. And a lot of people would probably get upset about the fact that I also console commanded Transcendent Sigil Stones into my inventory. But again, I am not doing Oblivion gates over and over and over and over and over again, hoping I get the right one. I'm not wasting hours of my life doing that. I'm not reloading the room to get that fucking sigil, that 1 Sigil Stone I need for X, Y, or Z. I'm just going to console command it, and then I tossed the one I got into the garbage. That's just the exchange I made. I didn't want to waste time. I read 50 books, 3 skill books, and I found 7 artifacts. I waited more hours than I slept. My dude's really tired. No days as a vampire, no necks bitten, no jokes told, and 14 diseases contracted. Found 22 nernerids. Only 22? I thought I found more. Alright, that's those are my stats at the end of the game. We are at the end of the game. There are some quests. Obviously, there's a lot of quests left in the world, as well as Knights of the Nine. But we have no need to do them. And I feel like it's really fitting to just stop it here. I really appreciate that the last 5 entries in my log are the main quest. There's a history of everything I've done, and maybe at some point I will make a video about specifically why I did things in certain orders, because there are benefits to doing certain guilds first. But again, that's a little bit of an involved conversation. Thank you so much for watching. Anybody who got to this point, that was 80 hours worth of gameplay we got through. Good work. If you have questions about Oblivion, please ask in the comments. I also want to give a shout out to the UESP, unofficial Elder Scrolls pages. A fantastic wiki resource for a lot of Elder Scrolls games. And, you know, I really wish they'd take that kind of quality to, you know, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3, and Starfield. Because having to use the fandom wikis for those is painful at times. Truly painful. Alright. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you get to have a fun playthrough of Oblivion as well, using the things you've seen here, or little tricks you might have learned. As always, you know, God be good to you, whichever one you choose to believe in. Be good to others. Be kind to those who need help. And yeah, thanks for going on this adventure with me. At times I was frustrated, at times I was having a great time. But as always, here we are. The wheel weaves as the wheel wills. Take care, be safe.